I'm chilling, always with you. I'm chilling.
We're only about a week out from Christmas and we're just doing a quick trip away for, I think about 4 nights, maybe 3 or 4 nights before Christmas.
6 days to Christmas.
6 days to Christmas. Kai's finished school, so I thought we'd get away. The weather's very hot at the moment. Today's not too bad. Today's about 32, 33, then tomorrow's 35, the next day's 39. So I'd say we're going to be in for a hot camping trip. We're out the back of Bellingen. Came out here, drove up here from home, not too far from Coffs Harbour, out in the Promised Land, I think it's called, the Never Creek or something. This creek system out here is beautiful, it's so clear. We just had a swim and some lunch here. I'm not too sure what the plans are after this. The rough plan for this trip is to head up to Grafton and up around the Waterfall National Park, and then from there we'll come back down the old Grafton Road through that convict tunnel and come out around Dorrigo. It's just, 3-4 nights away. But like most of our trips, we don't really have exact plans or time frames, just kind of make things up as we go.
That's all his private parts.
How many sleeps till Christmas? 1. You mean 6?
Well, in someone's country it would be 1.
What country?
I don't know.
I think you're just making that up. You ready to do some 4-wheel driving?
I'm ready to push you over.
At the moment, we are out around here, out the back of Bellingen, out in this Tucker's Knob State Forest. This is this Promised Land, Never Creek in there. From here, we don't know what we're going to do. We're still working that out. And the rough plan for this trip was to head up to Coffs, up to Grafton, out into here, Waterfall National Park, and then follow this old Grafton Road all the way back down through, down back out here to kind of back to where we started. This is the map I'm using for this trip. HEMA, Northeast New South Wales map. And then other than that, I just use the VMS to guide me in the close range stuff as we're going. After swimming lunch down there, we packed up. We just come a bit of exploring this forest. We're only turned up the first track and things are already looking a little ugly. There's not a huge amount of 4-wheel drive tracks in this area, but there definitely is a few if you're keen to get out and do some exploring. Our plan was to head further out into the forest to explore some other areas of the creek. Now normally there is a more main road that you can take out there, but you couldn't get through it at the time due to a burnt out car and tree across the road. so we had to take all these tracks to get where we wanted to go anyway. There ended up being a few challenging sections, some good ruts to contend with and steep hills. As per usual, we're running our tyres at about that 15-16 PSI in this sort of terrain, low range, taking it nice and slow. This was Dad's first trip away in the MUX after he blew the front diff up in the Barrington tops. Had a brand new diff in it now. This whole area out here is just so nice to drive through. Beautiful clear creeks and the forest is amazing. Last time we were here, this whole creek was completely dry, but we had, speaking to someone before, they had some big storms up here a few days ago, and he said they had 153 mils of rain in 4 or 5 hours. So all these creeks are still up quite a bit from that, but these creeks do dry off after a while of no rain. We're just cruising around this bush at the moment. We don't really know where we're going or what's happening, but it's so nice out here. There's heaps of these little secluded sort of camp spots in the forest, and then on the edge of this creek, which is just the most beautiful creek. Might even have another swim. It's so hot today. But check this out, so clear and there's no one around. There was people back at the spot where we had lunch because that was more a main road, but now that we're out on the 4-wheel drive tracks, we're out here got the place to ourselves. We decided just to stay in this state forest out the back of Bellingen tonight. By the time we went swimming and had a look around, did a bit of 4-wheel driving, it was becoming like 4 or 5 in the afternoon. And by the time we get out of here and head somewhere else, it'll be a late night. So we decided just to set up camp, take it easy here this afternoon, and then we'll head off in the morning. Yeah, I know, I set up the bed instead.
Well, and I went up 3 hills. You haven't even set up one bed.
It's just about too hot for a fire tonight. We don't really have any wood around here. We go get some, but I'm just sitting here sweating as it is. So the last thing I want is a fire. We may light one a bit later if it cools down, but summer and this weather is hot. We just got tacos for dinner tonight. Kai's favourite. We had some pretty big storms through the night last night. I was awake for a couple of hours there, lightning and thunder everywhere, absolutely pouring. Did you hear the storms, Kai? We had our swag under the awning there, and Dad just had his out in the open. They're fine in the open. You won't get wet. They hold all the water out no matter how heavy it is. We'll hang here for a little bit this morning, maybe have another swim, pack up camp, and then we're going to head in towards Coffs Harbour. for a quick swim before we go? In this area out here, where we were early yesterday was the two-wheel drive part of the area, and there's heaps of people there. But if you come out a little bit further into the four-wheel drive area, there's just no one else out here. We got the whole place to ourselves. And there's not any designated campsites, but there's just heaps of little spots along the creek that you can camp.
Guys, I'm gonna drop you. You're dying!
After we packed up camp, we started making our way east out of this bush towards Coffs Harbour. We took various tracks. There wasn't too much four-wheel driving, but just an absolutely beautiful drive through the forest there. After the rain, everything was green. So nice out there. We never saw anyone else out here. We seemed to have the whole place to ourselves. We passed a few more little creeks, river crossings, and then eventually came out of the town of Valerie, which is not too far from Coffs Harbour. After we came out of the bush, back at where we came out of Valerie, which is not too far on the southern side of Coffs. And I've always known you could drive on this Boambee beach, but I've never been here before. This is a beach you can drive on sort of right next to the town of Coffs. It's a close beach. You don't need a beach permit or anything, you just come for a drive down here. Thought we'd come down, have a look around, have a swim. It's beautiful down here, but it's so hot today. We're constantly changing our plans on this trip. We're not really too sure what we're doing, mainly due to how hot this weather is. We kind of want to stay near the beach and the coast and rivers and everything. We're really worried about heading out bush. It's just going to be so hot out there. After making the most of the beach and the cool ocean breeze, we started heading back inland north of Coffs. Massive amount of four-wheel drive tracks and forests in the Coffs Harbour area. I've been to a few of them. There's quite a few that I've never been to before. I've always seen this Wedding Bell State Forest and Sherwood area on the map out behind Woolgoolga, but I've never actually been there before. We figured we'd take the opportunity to get out there, have a look around and see what we could see. Try and find a few four-wheel drive tracks, maybe another swim, somewhere to camp for the night. We're out in the Wedding Bells State Forest, just out behind the town of Woolgoolga. I've been out here for a little while now, kind of driving around, coming to a few dead ends and overgrown tracks. I've never been out here before, so I'm not really too sure what's out here, but we're just having a bit of an explore. Haven't found too much yet. You can hear the thunder again. We got more afternoon storms coming again today. These really hot days, and then you got afternoon storms coming in each afternoon. But we'll keep having a bit of a drive around here and see what we can find. And we mostly found more dead ends and trees across the tracks. But we still had a good time. We found a couple little tracks. They were fun drives. It is so hot and humid out here. I could use a chainsaw, but with a bit of effort on that handsaw, it's normally quicker, and it's amazing what you can cut with that little handsaw. This track we're on started getting harder and harder the further we went along it. And we got to one section where the only way up was going to be winching. There was big storms coming in. It was already starting to rain a little bit. We figured it'd be safer to turn around, go back the way we came, and head off on a different track. Ended up being a good decision. Not long after we got out of that track, absolutely started pouring. No. This weather's really taken a turn for the worst. One of these big afternoon storms has rolled in, It's actually hailing at the moment, only a little hail. We're at this lookout now. We're heading along Sherwood Road. I don't even know where are we? Went to Wedding Bell State Forest and following the main Sherwood Road take us right through, and we're at Waihoe, I don't know, some Waihoe, W-A-I-H-O-U lookout. But yeah, can't see much. Yeah, get out and have a look. Little bits of hail everywhere. This would be a good lookout if it wasn't like this. We continued along that Sherwood Road. We're kind of following along the edge of this cliff here. We're on, what was it, Falls Fire Trail. It was a fun little drive down into here. I didn't film it, but I'll film it on the way back out. It was a good little low range rock steps and that on the way down in here. The rain's kind of still raining a little bit. I don't know, it's all over the place. We got a little bit of clouds and blue sky up there and then pouring rain out there. But yeah, we're out here, we're still having fun. I don't know if you have a waterfall here you can see or something, but there's a lookout here. Wow, look at the view. There's a little like waterfall there. Dude, what the hell?
Dad,
Feeling alone, sitting in my favorite place. Glued to my phone, killing time and losing face. But you can't stop me from feeling.
Clyde just found $2. He's having a good day. It's starting to clear up a bit again now. It seems to have all moved past us out towards the sea. And it's clearing up behind us now and it's gone up about 5 degrees. All these afternoon storms we had ended up being perfect in this hot summer weather. We got big storms every afternoon or night that we were away on this trip. It made it a lot cooler of an afternoon when the clouds came in, instead of being in that blaring sun. The bush was a whole lot nicer to be out in. Instead of being hot, dry and dusty like it is in these summer conditions, it meant it wet things down. It wasn't dusty, which is the best thing. There's just no dust out there. It wasn't as dry, made the bush a lot more luscious. And it's super cool watching those big lightning storms move in all around you. This Falls Fire Trail is only about 1 kilometre long. It's a great fun little drive. A few rock steps, ruts and little hills to navigate. That was a fun little hill climb up out of there. Head back to the main road now and keep going. I don't know where we're going yet. It's 6:30. We don't really know where we're camping or anything. We'll just have to see what comes up. We continued out the end of that Bluff mountain range, out the end of Bluff Trail or Bluff Road. We'll come out the very end and we're just going to set up camp here tonight. It's already nearly 7 o'clock and we've got amazing view out over there, so we're going to get a good sunset. And I think all the storms have cleared for tonight. They said they won't be back till tomorrow afternoon now. There's the town just down there. I think that's the town of Glenray.
But I find my way down